Chosen one, welcome to this sacred moment where your journey intertwines with a divine purpose. Imagine standing on the precipice of a great revelation, a moment that feels orchestrated just for you. Have you ever felt that tug in your heart, whispering that something extraordinary is about to unfold? This isn't mere coincidence. It's a divine appointment crafted for you. Let's embark on this transformative journey together as we uncover the hidden truths that lie beneath the surface of your experiences. As you stand at the edge of this revelation, reflect on the unseen battles that have shaped your path. Each struggle you've faced has served a greater purpose, a divine layering of experiences designed to prepare you for the victory that is on the horizon. You might have felt like a solitary warrior, but know this: you are not alone. Heaven has been observing your journey, celebrating every step you've taken, even when it felt like no one else was watching. Consider the moments when you felt overlooked, your efforts seemingly lost in the chaos of life. Those were not in vain. Each act of obedience, no matter how small, has been like a seed planted in fertile soil, waiting for the right season to yield a magnificent harvest. The victories you've yet to see are being cultivated in the unseen realm, where God is actively working on your behalf. Now, take a moment to acknowledge the weight of your hidden struggles. Have you ever thought that your silence meant rejection, or that the waiting period was a sign of abandonment? It's time to reframe those thoughts. What if the silence was a sacred pause, a preparation for something greater? What if the waiting was God's way of fortifying your spirit for the breakthrough that is imminent? This is your moment of recognition. The trials you've endured are not just obstacles. They are stepping stones toward your elevation. You might have felt like a victim, but the truth is, you are being transformed into a victor. Heaven is not just observing your journey, it is actively celebrating your resilience. Picture the angels dispatched to cheer you on, orchestrating circumstances in your favor. They have witnessed your small victories and have been waiting for this appointed time to spring into action. Your scars are not marks of defeat. They are testimonies of your survival, proof of battles fought and won. As you embrace this new perspective, allow the truth to sink deep into your spirit. Your hidden obedience has ignited a supernatural breakthrough. In this moment of elevation, envision the tides of your circumstances shifting. Can you sense the momentum building around you? Doors that have long seemed shut are beginning to creak open. With each prayer you've uttered and every step of faith you've taken, your voice has been resonating in the heavenly realms. The whispers of your heart are being answered with divine thunder, shaking the foundations of what once held you back. The appointed time is no longer a distant promise. It is unfolding now, in this very hour. Heaven's laughter reverberates through the cosmos, declaring that the time for your victory is at hand. It's a joyful sound, a proclamation of triumph over every enemy that has sought to ensnare you in doubt and despair. As you stand on the brink of breakthrough, take a moment to reflect on the generational impact of your obedience. Your actions today are not merely for your own benefit. They are setting a precedent for those who will follow. Your courage to push through the pain is sowing seeds of hope for future generations. Are you beginning to see the grand tapestry of your life? Each thread, each experience is woven with purpose, leading to this very moment. Now, Cast aside any lingering feelings of inadequacy. You are not defined by your past failures or the battles you've yet to win. Instead, you are defined by the victories that are already being secured in the Spirit. When you begin to walk in this new identity, you will notice a profound shift, not only in your perception, but in the very essence of how you engage with the world around you. Chosen one, it is time to embrace the identity that has been bestowed upon you. You are a warrior, an anointed vessel of divine purpose, and the time has come to walk boldly into the destiny that awaits. Imagine stepping out of the shadows of doubt and into the brilliance of your calling. The ground beneath your feet is no longer a place of uncertainty. It has become a solid foundation for your forward momentum. With every breath, you are inhaling courage and exhaling fear. The laughter of heaven echoes in your spirit, urging you to rise and declare your victory. As you move into this new season, remember that the breakthroughs you seek are often accompanied by action. Heaven is not merely waiting for you to sit and hope for change. It is calling you to participate actively in the unfolding plan. What step can you take today that aligns with your purpose? Perhaps it's reaching out to someone in need, sharing your story of resilience, or simply daring to dream bigger than you ever have before. Every act of faith, no matter how small, contributes to the momentum of your breakthrough. Picture your life as a river, flowing powerfully toward a vast ocean of potential. Every tributary, every small decision, feeds into the greater current of your destiny. When you choose to step forward, even in the face of uncertainty, you are propelling yourself toward the ocean of abundance that awaits. The enemy has long sought to keep you stagnant, whispering lies that your efforts are futile. Yet, with each declaration of truth, you dismantle those lies. You are not alone in this fight. Divine forces are rallying around you, reinforcing your stance as you engage in this sacred battle for your destiny. The tide has shifted, and heaven is aligning with your declaration of victory. As you release the weight of doubt and fear, visualize the enemy's schemes dissolving before your eyes. The very strategies designed to ensnare you have become the fuel that propels you forward. Each time you declare, "I am chosen," you position yourself as a beacon of light against the darkness that seeks to overshadow your path. You are not just surviving, you are thriving in the face of adversity, breaking free from the chains that once bound you. In this moment of empowerment, consider the urgency of your actions. The world is waiting for the manifestation of your gifts, your voice, your unique contribution. There is a divine urgency in this hour, a calling to rise and take your place among those who will change the narrative of their lives and the lives of others. The appointed time is now. Your voice carries the authority of heaven. Every word you speak is infused with power. Reflect on the significance of your steps. Your obedience today sets the stage for the miracles of tomorrow. Imagine each act of faith as a seed planted in the fertile ground of divine promise. What will it yield? The fruits of your labor will nourish not only you, but those around you, fostering a community of hope and healing. This is not just about you. This is about a ripple effect that will touch countless lives. Your story is a testament, a living example of what faith can achieve in the face of uncertainty. As you walk forward, remember that the laughter of heaven is not just a sound. It is a force that dismantles strongholds, shifting the burdens that have weighed heavily on your spirit. With every step taken in faith, you are engaging in a divine partnership that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. As you embrace this new reality, envision a horizon filled with possibilities. Each dawn brings with it a canvas waiting for your strokes of obedience and courage. Allow the image of your future to come alive in your heart. What do you see? Is it a gathering of voices echoing your story of triumph? Is it the impact you'll have on those who have yet to witness their own victory? Your imagination is a gateway to the miracles that lie ahead, and it is in this space that you can begin to articulate the desires God has placed within you. Now is the time to declare your intentions. Speak boldly into the atmosphere. I am ready for the breakthrough. I am prepared for the abundance. Each declaration is a seed that takes root, nourished by the faith you have cultivated through your trials. As you proclaim your readiness, you align with the divine orchestration of events already set in motion. Feel the weight of expectation in the air. Heaven is poised, waiting for your command. The angels are ready to act on behalf of those who believe. You are not merely waiting for a shift to occur. You are actively creating it with your words and actions. The very fabric of reality bends to the authority you carry as a chosen one. In this season of divine acceleration, consider how you can step into your anointing. What opportunities are presenting themselves that you may have overlooked? Perhaps it's time to initiate conversations, to share your journey with those who are still searching for their way. Your testimony is a beacon of hope, illuminating the path for others trapped as they navigate their own shadows. You are equipped to lead others out of their darkness, to shine light on the paths they might not yet see. In this divine hour, the call to action grows louder. Are you willing to step into the authority of your testimony? When you share your scars, you offer healing. When you recount your struggles, you provide a map for those still lost in their own challenges. Your story is not just yours. It belongs to a collective journey of faith and resilience. Envision the ripple effect as you begin to reach out. Each voice uplifted creates a wave that cascades through the community. As you share your experiences, others will find the courage to rise. You become part of a symphony, a harmonious blend of stories that echo the laughter of heaven. This laughter is not merely joyous. It is a powerful declaration that every chain can be broken, every heart can be healed. As you engage with those around you, ask yourself, how can I be a conduit of this divine energy? Maybe it's through an encouraging word, a small act of kindness, or even a shared meal. Every interaction can be infused with purpose, a moment where heaven's laughter dances through your actions. Consider the environment you're creating with your presence. Is it one of hope? Are you fostering a space where others feel safe to disclose their deepest struggles? Remember, the atmosphere reflects the heart of the chosen ones who inhabit it. So, let your heart be filled with compassion and understanding. In this moment, feel the divine stirring within you. It's a gentle nudge, a compelling urge to lean into the discomfort of vulnerability. Share your burdens and encourage others to do the same. In this, as you step into this divine calling, it's essential to recognize the power of community in your journey. Chosen one, you're not merely an individual on this path. You're a vital part of a larger tapestry woven by heaven itself. Each thread represents a life touched by your obedience and courage. In this sacred network, The strength of your testimony intertwines with the stories of others, creating a fabric of resilience and hope. Imagine the impact you can have when you gather with fellow believers, sharing not just your victories, but also your vulnerabilities. In these sacred spaces, the laughter of heaven resonates, affirming that you are all connected in purpose. Each story shared adds to the collective strength, forging bonds that can withstand the trials of life. You are being called to be a catalyst for connection, a beacon that draws others into the light of divine love. Consider the power of fellowship. When you come together, the atmosphere shifts. As you lift each other in prayer, the burdens of doubt and fear dissipate, replaced by a wave of faith that surges through the group. This is where miracles happen, not just in individual hearts, but in the shared experience of community. The laughter of heaven echoes among you, affirming that your gathering is not just a meeting, it's a divine appointment. Reflect on the moments when you felt supported by others. Maybe it was a word of encouragement at just the right time, or a shared meal that reminded you of the joy that can be found in togetherness. Those instances are a glimpse of the power that lies within community. As you connect with others, you become part of a movement, a collective uprising against despair and hopelessness. Now, as you think about the relationships in your life, who you feel led to reach out to, who among your circle needs to hear your story of triumph? The beauty of community lies in its ability to amplify your voice, transforming individual struggles into a collective anthem of hope. In this sacred space, every testimony becomes a building block for the faith of others, reinforcing the reality that no one is left behind in the pursuit of divine purpose. As you ponder these connections, consider organizing a gathering, perhaps a small group in your home or a community event that invites those who feel lost or weary. Create an atmosphere where stories can flow freely, where laughter mingles with tears, and where every shared experience is met with understanding and compassion. This is not simply about sharing, it's about healing. In this sacred exchange, you will witness the laughter of heaven ripple through the hearts of those present, igniting a fire of hope and resilience that transcends individual circumstance. Visualize how this gathering could transform lives. Picture each person arriving with their burdens, weighed down by their own battles. As they share their stories, allow the space to be filled with encouragement and affirmation. Each word spoken is a thread weaving them into your tapestry of faith, reminding them that they are not alone in their struggle. The collective energy will shift the atmosphere, creating a divine current that sweeps through the room, binding hearts together in a powerful embrace of community. In this sacred gathering, be the one who lifts others up. When someone shares their pain, gently remind them of their strength and resilience. When they doubt their worth, echo back the truths that heaven declares over them. Your words carry authority and power, capable of dismantling the lies that have held them captive for too long. As you step into this role of encouragement, you become a vessel of divine love, a conduit through which heaven's laughter can flow. Imagine the warmth of your presence as a balm for those who enter your space, a tangible reminder that they are seen, valued, and cherished. The energy created in these moments will not only uplift individuals, but it will also reverberate outward, touching lives beyond the room, rippling through families, neighborhoods, and communities. As you lead this gathering, remember the power of vulnerability. It's in the sharing of your scars, your doubts, and your triumphs that others will find the courage to share their own. When you recount the times you felt overwhelmed, the moments of uncertainty, and the breakthroughs that followed, you create a safe harbor for others to navigate their own storms. Your testimony becomes a lighthouse, guiding them through their darkness. Encourage your attendees to express their stories too. Perhaps you can initiate a roundtable discussion where each person has the opportunity to share a pivotal moment in their life, whether it was a struggle that seemed insurmountable or a small victory that changed their perspective. As each heart opens, the atmosphere will thicken with the presence of the Holy Spirit, and the laughter of heaven will echo in the shared experiences. When someone hesitates to speak, gently invite them with a smile, a gesture that says, "You are welcome here." This simple act could be the spark that ignites their courage. As they begin to talk, listen intently, affirming their journey with nods and words of encouragement. Let them know that their voice matters, that their story has the potential to plant seeds of faith in someone else's heart. Consider incorporating moments of prayer into your gathering. As you weave moments of prayer into your gathering, envision it as a sacred thread binding the hearts of everyone present. Begin by inviting each person to share their specific needs or burdens, creating a space for vulnerability and connection. When you collectively bring these requests before the throne of grace, the atmosphere shifts, and heaven's laughter dances among you, affirming that God is attentive to every cry. Encourage each person to engage in prayer, either aloud or silently, as you guide them through a simple structure. Begin with gratitude, thanking God for the blessings already present in each life. Then transition into intercession, lifting up the needs of the group, one by one. As you call out their names and specific situations, remind them that their struggles are not solitary. They are shared burdens, and together you can carry them to the divine. Imagine the power of this collective prayer. As you speak words of faith and declaration over each request, visualize the angels mobilizing, responding to your unified voices. Feel the weight of heaviness lifting as the laughter of heaven intermingles with the intercessions, bringing peace and hope to weary souls. After the time of prayer, create an opportunity for testimonies. Ask if anyone has experienced a breakthrough or a shift in their situation since the last gathering. Encourage them to share how their faith has been tested and how they've seen God move in their lives, even in the small things. Each testimony is a building block that fortifies the faith of the community, reminding everyone that God is actively at work. Consider how these moments of sharing can inspire others. When someone recounts their story of perseverance, it can rekindle hope in another who feels on the verge of giving up. Each, as the gathering unfolds, a palpable energy fills the room. The laughter of heaven reverberates like a gentle breeze, inviting each heart to lean into the warmth of community. Chosen one, this is where transformation begins, not just for individuals, but for the entire collective. The stories shared become a sacred symphony, each voice contributing to the beautiful melody of resilience and hope. As you listen to the testimonies of those around you, take note of the common threads that emerge. You might hear tales of lost dreams being restored, of faith ignited in the depths of despair, or of the miraculous provision that appeared just when it was needed most. Each story is a testament to the unwavering faithfulness of God, a reminder that no struggle is wasted. Encourage the participants to draw connections between their experiences. How did a moment of vulnerability lead to unexpected breakthroughs? In what ways did the laughter of heaven manifest in their lives during challenging times? As they engage in this reflection, you'll witness a powerful shift, a realization that their individual journeys are part of a grand narrative woven by the Creator. By fostering this environment of mutual support, you are creating a culture of empowerment. Each person is not merely a spectator, they are an active participant in the unfolding story of faith. Challenge them to consider how their unique gifts can contribute to the community. How can they use their experiences to uplift others? Invite someone to share their thoughts on this, perhaps sparking a discussion about the importance of stepping into their anointing. As the conversation flows, you can see the light of understanding gradually illuminating their faces. They begin to comprehend that they hold the keys to unlock doors not only for themselves, but for those they encounter. As the gathering progresses, the atmosphere thickens with anticipation, each person becoming increasingly aware of their own unique role within the collective. The laughter of heaven continues to weave through the conversations, igniting sparks of inspiration and connection. Chosen one, this is not just a meeting. It is a divine orchestration of hearts coming together to elevate one another. Encourage the participants to engage in a moment of reflection. Ask them to close their eyes and envision the dreams that have been dormant within them. What visions has God placed on their hearts that have yet to be birthed into reality? As they meditate on these aspirations, invite them to consider the obstacles that have kept them from pursuing those dreams. Are they rooted in fear, doubt, or perhaps the voices of past failures? As you guide them through this exercise, remind them that the very things that once held them back are now being repurposed as stepping stones toward their destiny. The laughter of heaven echoes in their ears, affirming that the time for action has come. Encourage them to jot down these dreams, releasing them into the atmosphere as declarations of faith. Each word written is a seed planted, ready to grow in the fertile soil of hope and expectation. With the vision of their dreams in mind, lead them into a powerful moment of prayer. This time, focus on asking for the boldness to step into their calling. Invite them to pray for clarity and courage to take the first steps toward their envisioned future. As they lift their voices together, feel the synergy of faith create a palpable energy, resonating in the very fabric of the gathering. Heaven is listening. The angels are poised to act. After this time of prayer, bring everyone back to the circle of sharing. As everyone returns to the circle of sharing, the room hums with a newfound sense of empowerment. Each person carries within them not only their dreams, but also the collective faith that has been ignited through prayer and reflection. It's time to turn that energy into action, to give life to the declarations made just moments ago. Encourage each participant to share their dreams aloud, to speak them into existence. This act of vocalizing their aspirations transforms them from mere thoughts into tangible intentions. As they open their mouths to share, the laughter of heaven resonates anew, affirming that their dreams are valid and worthy of pursuit. One by one, voices rise in the gathering, crafting a symphony of hope and ambition. Chosen one, you say, this is a sacred moment. In speaking your dreams, you are not only declaring them for yourself, but also inviting others to partner with you in prayer and action. Who among us can support you as you step into this vision? Encourage the group to respond, to offer their support and resources. As each dream is shared, connections begin to form, a network of accountability and encouragement. Perhaps someone has a skill that can aid another's vision, or maybe they know someone who can open doors that were previously closed. This is the beauty of community. No one is meant to journey alone. As the discussions unfold, highlight the importance of taking small, actionable steps. Remind everyone that while the dreams may seem grand, it is often the small, daily actions that lead to monumental breakthroughs. Ask them to consider what one step they can take this week that aligns with their dream. Remember, you emphasize, every small act of obedience is a declaration of faith. A seed planted is nurtured by the very essence of heaven's laughter, and it will flourish when watered by your determination. This is the moment to harness that energy and turn it into something tangible. As the conversation flows, you can sense a palpable shift in the room. Each participant is engaged, leaning in closer as they share their aspirations and the small steps they intend to take. You witness the transformation from mere wishful thinking to actionable plans as their eyes light up with newfound resolve. Let's take this commitment a step further, you suggest, inspired by the collective excitement. Pair up with someone in this circle. Share your dream and your first step with them, and commit to checking in with each other over the next week. This isn't just about accountability, it's about fostering a partnership in faith. With that, pairs form across the room, and the atmosphere hums with the sound of encouragement and mutual support. Laughter and shared excitement intertwine as people exchange ideas, brainstorm possibilities, and offer insights that only come from a place of shared experience. You can see the divine orchestration at work as relationships deepen and new alliances are forged in the pursuit of purpose. After a few moments of conversation, you call everyone back to focus. Chosen ones, look around. You've just created a community of support. Each of you is now a vital thread in this beautiful tapestry woven by God. This gathering is a testament to the power of unity and collective faith. Remember, you are not just responsible for your dreams. You are now part of something larger than yourself. As you witness the connections taking root, a gentle reminder surfaces in your heart. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. As you witness the bonds forming in the room, the atmosphere pulsates with anticipation and hope. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned together, you propose, guiding everyone to close their eyes once more. Think back to the dreams you've just shared, the courage it took to voice them, and the support you found among one another. This is not just a gathering, it's a launching pad for your destinies. Encourage everyone to visualize their dreams again. Picture each dream as a seedling, nurtured by the laughter of heaven, growing stronger with each act of faith. Each step you take isn't merely a movement forward. It's a declaration of trust in the divine orchestration of your lives. As they breathe deeply, you can almost hear the collective heartbeat of the group, a rhythm of faith and determination. Now, let's invite the presence of the Holy Spirit into this moment. Open your hearts and minds to receive clarity on the next steps you need to take. What is God whispering to you about your journey? What fears might still be holding you back? After a few moments of silence, you gently encourage sharing. If anyone feels led to express what they heard during this time, please do. Each revelation is a piece of the puzzle, adding to the collective understanding of our purpose. One by one, voices begin to rise, sharing insights and revelations that have emerged from the stillness. I felt God telling me to let go of the fear of failure. One participant shares, her voice trembling with vulnerability. It's time to trust that I'm equipped for the journey ahead. Another adds, I heard the word boldness. As the sentiments flow freely, you can sense the electricity in the air, a palpable connection to the divine. Each revelation shared is like a spark igniting a fire of inspiration. Boldness is the key, you echo, reinforcing the truth that is resonating among the group. It is time to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. No longer should fear dictate your actions or silence your voice. The gathering shifts into a deeper level of intimacy as participants begin to form a circle, holding hands in a physical representation of their unity. Let's seal this moment with a prayer of commitment, you suggest. Together, we will stand in agreement for the dreams that have been birthed here today and for the courage to pursue them. As you lead the prayer, you invite everyone to contribute their own words, creating a beautiful tapestry of voices lifted in unison. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the dreams that have been awakened in this space. We ask for wisdom and boldness to pursue the paths you have set before us. May we embrace our identities as chosen ones, ready to impact the world around us. The prayer culminates in a powerful crescendo of faith, the laughter of heaven mingling with the fervent declarations being made. You can feel the energy shift, a collective determination to move forward, fueled by the encouragement shared. Once the prayer concludes, you encourage everyone to reflect on the commitments they've made. Take a moment to breathe and allow the weight of your dreams to settle in your spirit. Recognize the sacred promise you've made, not just to yourselves, but to each other and to God. How will you nurture these dreams? What rituals or practices will you? As you guide the group into this reflective space, the atmosphere is thick with the promise of new beginnings. What rituals or practices will you implement to nurture these dreams? You ask, encouraging everyone to consider tangible steps for their journey ahead. One participant speaks up. I want to start a daily gratitude journal. I believe that recognizing the blessings in my life will help me stay focused on the positive and propel me toward my goals. Others nod in agreement, realizing the power of gratitude as a catalyst for growth. Another voice rises. I'm committing to setting aside time each week for prayer and meditation. I want to create space for God to guide my steps and reveal the path ahead. The room fills with murmurs of affirmations as everyone begins to understand the importance of intentionality in their pursuits. Encouraging this momentum, you remind them, these commitments are not just personal. They weave into the fabric of our community. As you nurture your dreams, you are contributing to a collective energy that can uplift and inspire all of us. You can see the understanding deepen in their eyes. This isn't merely about individual victories. It's about transforming the entire community through shared faith and action. Let's take a moment to envision what success in these commitments looks like, you suggest. Close your eyes and picture yourself a few months down the line, fully engaged in the practices you've set. How do you feel? What changes do you notice in your life and the lives of those around you? A serene silence envelops the room as they immerse themselves in this visualization. You can sense the anticipation bubbling beneath the surface. After a few moments, you invite them to share their visions. I see a vibrant community thriving together, each of us radiating confidence and purpose. One voice breaks the silence, reflecting the collective vision. We are not just pursuing our individual dreams, we are collaborating, sharing resources, and celebrating each other's victories as if they were our own. A wave of agreement sweeps through the room as others nod and murmur their support. I see people stepping into their callings. Another participant adds, enthusiasm building in her voice. I imagine workshops where we share our skills, where I can teach others what I've learned, and in turn, they can teach me. We are becoming a hub of creativity and inspiration. As each person shares, the visions painted are filled with hope and promise. I envision moments of laughter and fellowship. A man interjects, his face lighting up. Not only will we gather for our dreams, but we will also enjoy life together, fostering relationships that strengthen us through the highs and lows. You can feel the energy in the room shift again, moving from individual aspirations to collective dreams. This is the essence of community, you affirm. As we nurture our dreams, we also cultivate relationships that will support and uplift us along the way. Remember, the laughter of heaven thrives in unity. Each shared moment, each supportive gesture, amplifies our impact. Encouraged by their visions, you guide the group into a time of planning. Let's take all this inspiration and turn it into actionable steps. Break into small groups and discuss how you can support one another in these commitments. What can you offer? What do you need? This is your opportunity to forge deeper connections. As they disperse into smaller clusters, the energy in the room shifts into a vibrant hum of collaboration. Chosen one, you observe the excitement radiating from each group as they dive into discussions, exploring how they can weave their individual commitments into a tapestry of collective support. The laughter of heaven seems to echo in the very air, affirming the sacred nature of this gathering. One group gathers around a table, their heads bent together in deep conversation. Let's create a shared calendar, one woman suggests, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. We can mark our meeting days, set reminders for check-ins, and even schedule workshops to share our skills. The idea garners nods of approval, and soon they are brainstorming potential themes for their workshops, ranging from creative arts to practical life skills. Meanwhile, another group huddles in a corner, sharing their dreams of starting a community outreach program. I've been feeling called to serve the homeless, a young man states earnestly. What if we organized a monthly meal outreach? We could combine our efforts for food donations and create an event that not only serves, but also brings people together. Excitement fills the air as they begin to assign roles, excitedly discussing logistics and how they would engage the community. In a different cluster, you hear laughter rising as participants recount their dreams and how they plan to partner. I'll help you with your business idea if you help me with my public speaking. One woman exclaims, her enthusiasm infectious. You can see the power of accountability beginning to take root as they exchange contact information and promise to follow up with one another. As you watch these connections form, you reflect on the beauty of divine orchestration at work. As the gathering unfolds, a palpable sense of unity envelops the room. Chosen one, you can feel the energy shifting as each participant not only shares their dreams, but also embraces the power of collaboration. The laughter of heaven dances among them, infusing their conversations with purpose and hope. This is not merely an event, it is a divine merging of destinies, each person stepping into their role as a catalyst for change. In one corner, a woman named Maria shares her vision of starting a community garden. Imagine a space where we can grow our own fruits and vegetables, where families come together to learn about sustainable living, she pitches passionately. We could teach children about gardening, offer workshops on nutrition, and create a safe haven for families to connect. Her enthusiasm spreads like wildfire, igniting ideas in others about how to contribute. "Count me in. I can help with the design and layout," another participant exclaims. And soon they are sketching ideas on a napkin, brainstorming how this garden could flourish. The conversations flow, increasingly entwined, as people begin to realize that their visions can complement one another. Meanwhile, in another group, a young man named Javier shares his dream of starting a mentorship program for at-risk youth. "I want to provide a safe space where these kids can find guidance and encouragement," he explains. Several others lean in, captivated by his vision. "We could tie that into the community garden, using it as a tool for engagement. The kids can learn responsibility while nurturing the plants," suggests Maria, her eyes lighting up at the synergy of their ideas. The collaborative spirit is evident as they work to intertwine their dreams, recognizing that together they can create something far. As the synergy of ideas continues to flourish, you can feel the atmosphere buzzing with excitement and possibility. Chosen one, this is the moment where visions transform into action, where seeds of hope take root in the fertile ground of community support. The laughter of heaven rings louder as each person steps into their calling, affirming the beauty of divine collaboration. In the corner of the room, you notice a quieter participant, Elena, who has been listening intently. She raises her hand hesitantly, drawing the attention of the group. "I've been struggling to find my place in all of this," she admits, her voice tinged with vulnerability. "I want to contribute, but I don't know where to start." The room falls silent for a moment, and you can sense the collective compassion filling the space. "Elena," you say gently, "your journey matters, and your voice is vital. Sometimes it's not about grand gestures, but rather about the small steps we take, even in the shadows. What passions do you hold? What dreams stir in your heart?" As she contemplates your question, you can see the spark of realization flickering within her. "I love writing," she finally responds, her confidence growing. "I've always wanted to share stories that inspire hope and resilience. I just didn't know how that fit into what everyone else was doing." "Ah, but storytelling is a powerful tool," you affirm. "What if you created a blog or a newsletter to share the stories from our community, the triumphs, the struggles, and the everyday victories? Your words could inspire others to step into their own journeys." The group erupts in supportive cheers, and you watch as the atmosphere transforms, charged with encouragement as Elena's idea takes root. You have an incredible opportunity to be the voice of hope in our community, you say, your heart swelling with pride for her courage. Imagine capturing the stories of resilience and sharing them with those who feel unheard. Your words could be a lifeline for someone who needs to know they are not alone. As her face lights up with the prospect of bringing her passion to life, you can sense the ripple effect of her newfound confidence, inspiring others to share their own hidden talents and aspirations. What if we all contributed stories, suggests Javier, his enthusiasm infectious. We could create a community blog where everyone shares their journeys, each post a testament to the power of faith and unity. The room buzzes with excitement at this idea. Yes, let's highlight the progress we're making together, Maria chimes in. We could feature updates on the community garden, the mentorship program, and even Elena's writing. It would create a sense of collective ownership and pride in what we're building. You nod in agreement, feeling the weight of divine orchestration surrounding this gathering. This is exactly how heaven's laughter manifests among us, through the flourishing of shared dreams and the celebration of each other's gifts. When one of us rises, we all rise. As the conversation deepens, participants begin brainstorming names for the blog. Suggestions fly around the room, each one reflecting the spirit of community and resilience. How about Voices of Victory, one participant proposes. Or Seeds of Hope, another adds, and laughter fills the space as everyone chimes in with their ideas, each name more vibrant than the last. Let's choose a name that captures our collective spirit and the essence of our mission, you suggest, feeling the momentum swell in the room. This blog will be more than just a repository of stories. It will be a beacon of hope, a testament to our journey together. Each entry will reflect the laughter of heaven echoing through our lives. After a lively discussion, the group settles on the name Voices of Victory. The title resonates with everyone, embodying both individual triumphs and the community spirit that has taken root. It's perfect, Elena exclaims, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. It speaks to our stories and the victories we're claiming, both big and small. You watch as the energy shifts into a planning session, where participants discuss how to structure the blog. Let's assign roles, Javier suggests. Who wants to handle the editing? We'll need someone to curate the stories and ensure they resonate with our mission. Several hands shoot up, eager to contribute. I'd love to help with that, Maria offers. I have some experience in editing and can help polish the posts before they go live. As roles begin to take shape, you can feel the laughter of heaven weaving through the room, affirming the power of collaboration. This is a divine setup, you say, your voice filled with excitement. You're not just creating a blog, you're building a legacy of faith and resilience that can touch countless lives. With a renewed sense of purpose, the group outlines their initial steps. Let's set a timeline for our first few posts, you suggest. How about we aim for a launch date in 6 weeks? That gives us time to gather the stories and ensure each one reflects our mission of hope and victory. Excitement ripples through the group as they begin to visualize their first publication. We could have a launch party, one participant suggests, prompting nods of agreement. We can invite friends and family to share in our journey and celebrate the stories we've compiled. Absolutely, you affirm. This launch party could be a wonderful way to introduce our community to voices of victory and to share the inspiration behind it. We'll create an atmosphere of celebration, perhaps even incorporate some live readings of the stories. The group buzzes with ideas, each suggestion building upon the last. The laughter of heaven reverberates in the room, a gentle reminder that God is delighted by their unity and collaborative spirit. As they brainstorm, you encourage them to think about how they can promote the blog beyond their immediate circle. Let's consider social media as a tool for outreach. We can create a page dedicated to Voices of Victory, where we share snippets of stories, quotes, and updates to engage a wider audience. Yes, let's use Instagram and Facebook to reach more people, Maria chimes in, her passion evident. We could create a hashtag, something like GR Voices of Victory, to encourage people to share their own stories as well. Brilliant, you respond, feeling the momentum build. This is a chance to cultivate a movement, a collective testimony that reaches beyond these walls. Imagine the impact when others begin to share their victories and hope through this platform. As the planning session continues, participants assign roles for the social media outreach, ensuring that each person contributes to the vision. We'll need a E as the planning session unfolds. The energy in the room feels almost electric. Chosen one, you can sense the vibrant anticipation as each participant embraces their role in advancing the mission of Voices of Victory. Ideas are exchanged, laughter fills the space, and hope swells within each heart. We'll need a graphic designer for the logo and promotional materials, one participant suggests, glancing around the room for volunteers. Almost immediately, a young woman named Sophia raises her hand. I can help with that. I've dabbled in graphic design, and I'd love to create something that captures the spirit of our community. Perfect, you exclaim, feeling the excitement build. A logo will help us establish our brand and identity. Think about how we want to visually represent our mission. What colors or symbols resonate with the themes of hope, resilience, and community? As Sophia begins sketching ideas, you encourage the group to brainstorm. Let's think about the imagery that embodies our collective journey. Maybe something that symbolizes growth, like a tree or a seed, or perhaps a light that shines through darkness. The participants dive into discussion, their creativity pouring forth as they share their thoughts. How about a phoenix rising from the ashes? Javier suggests, igniting a spark of inspiration. It represents rebirth and triumph over adversity. That's a powerful image, you affirm. It encapsulates the essence of our stories, rising above challenges and emerging victorious. Let's allow these ideas to fuel Sophia's designs. As the group continues to collaborate, you notice the sense of ownership growing among them. Each member is actively engaged, contributing their unique skills and perspectives. This is more than just. As the group continues to collaborate, you notice the sense of ownership growing among them. Each member is actively engaged, contributing their unique skills and perspectives. This is more than just a project. It's a movement, one that resonates with the laughter of heaven and the heartbeat of the community. Let's set a timeline for our logo and promotional materials, you suggest, guiding the discussion toward actionable steps. Sophia, how long do you think it will take for you to draft the initial designs? I can have something ready within the next 2 weeks, she responds confidently. That will give us time to review and make any adjustments before the launch party. Fantastic. That gives us a clear timeline. You nod, feeling the collective excitement build. In the meantime, let's work on gathering stories for our first few posts. Remember, every voice matters. Who can reach out to others in the community to encourage them to share their experiences? Several hands shoot up, eager to take on the task. I can talk to my neighbors, one participant offers. I know a few people who have incredible stories of resilience. I'll reach out to my church group, another adds. There are so many people who would love to share their journeys. As the plans solidify, you can see the vision of voices of victory beginning to take shape. The laughter of heaven echoes through the room, a joyful affirmation of each person's contribution and commitment to this divine purpose. Let's also think about how we can incorporate a call to action in our stories. You suggest. Each post should inspire readers not only to reflect on their own journeys, but also to actively engage with their dreams. What as you encourage the group to incorporate a call to action in their stories, the atmosphere becomes charged with purpose. What if each story concluded with a question or challenge for our readers, you propose? This could invite them to reflect on their own lives and consider how they can take steps toward their own victories. Elena, her enthusiasm rekindled, jumps in. I love that idea. We could end our stories with something like, "What step can you take today toward your own victory?" It invites engagement and encourages others to participate in their journey of faith. Exactly, you affirm, sensing the group's excitement building. This way, we're not just sharing narratives, we're creating a movement that inspires action. Each post can serve as a catalyst for change, not only for us, but for everyone who reads it. As the discussion unfolds, participants express their thoughts on how to weave these calls to action into their personal stories. We should highlight the victories that come from taking small steps, Javier suggests. I think sharing how we overcame our fears will resonate with many. It's relatable, and it encourages others to find their courage. Let's make it a point to share practical steps too, Maria adds. For example, if someone writes about battling anxiety, they could include tools or resources that help them cope, like mindfulness exercises or community support. The group nods in agreement, the synergy palpable as they brainstorm more ideas. What about including quotes or scripture that inspired us along the way? Sophia suggests. It would add depth to our stories and remind readers of the spiritual foundation behind our journeys. Wonderful! Let's ensure each post is not only. As the conversation continues to flow, you can feel the collective energy of inspiration and purpose swelling in the room. Let's ensure each post is not only a reflection of our journeys, but also a source of encouragement, you emphasize. Incorporating scripture and quotes will remind us and our readers that our stories are rooted in faith and divine promise. The group nods in enthusiastic agreement, eager to explore how they can intertwine their narratives with spiritual truths. We can create a section at the end of each story dedicated to reflections or prayers. One participant suggests, this could provide readers with a moment of contemplation and connection to God as they engage with our experiences. I love that idea, Elena adds. It would invite readers to not only read, but to connect with the heart of our messages. Each story can be a bridge that leads them closer to their own moment of surrender and transformation. With every idea shared, the laughter of heaven seems to resonate within the walls, affirming that this gathering is not just a meeting of minds, but a convergence of hearts, each one beating in rhythm with divine purpose. Let's also think about our visual content, you suggest, steering the conversation toward the design elements that will accompany their stories. Each story should have an image that captures its essence. We can use photographs, illustrations, or even quotes overlaid on beautiful backgrounds that reflect the themes of hope and resilience. Sophia, the budding graphic designer, beams at the suggestion. I'd be happy to assist with that. I can create a template for our posts that incorporates the logo and allows space for images and quotes. This way, we maintain a cohesive look across the blog. Fantastic, you affirm. Consistency. As the plans for Voices of Victory solidify, the anticipation in the room reaches a crescendo. Chosen one, you can see the excitement reflected in the faces of each participant, their hearts ignited by the shared vision that has blossomed in this sacred space. The laughter of heaven continues to weave its magic, affirming that this is no ordinary endeavor. It is a divine calling to uplift, inspire, and transform lives. Let's finalize our action items, you suggest, bringing focus to the planning session. What do we need to accomplish in the coming weeks to ensure a successful launch? Participants quickly jot down their commitments. I'll compile the first batch of stories and reach out to those in the community. One woman states, her determination evident. I'll also create a list of potential contributors who can share their journeys with us. I'll work on the promotional materials, Sophia chimes in, her enthusiasm palpable. I can have the initial designs ready by next week, and we can review them together to ensure they align with our vision. I'll handle our social media pages, Maria offers, her excitement contagious. I'll start creating content and gathering followers so we can build some momentum before we launch. As the group buzzes with ideas and contributions, you take a moment to reflect on the powerful tapestry being woven before you. Each person is stepping into their calling, embracing their unique role in this community movement. The laughter of heaven echoes throughout the room, a reminder that they are not alone in this journey. Let's also consider how we can celebrate our launch, you suggest, encouraging them to envision a memorable event. What can we do to create an atmosphere of joy and